Let's start building out the strategy by adding some data. The first thing we'll need is price data. This is the foundation of most trading strategies. To do this, we'll add a price data rule. This rule is enabled by default, and it allows you to define the market symbol and the time frame of the price data you'll be working with. We'll configure it to use 1-minute candle data for gold against the US dollar. This means we're generating new candle data every minute. Now let's take a closer look at the configuration options. I will set the period to minute, and the frequency is already 1, so I do not need to update this. The offset field is used to generate data from the history of the price data rule. For example, an offset of 5 will generate candles that are 5 mins behind the latest candle each time the rule executes. You can customize the candle start time here. This defines when each candle interval begins instead of using the typical start of the minute. For example, you could set the candle to start at the 55th second of every minute instead of exactly at the 0 mark. This allows you to evaluate data a few seconds offset from the general market tick if you're targeting microstructure advantages. For now, we'll keep it at the default. Next is the imputed flag. This determines how the system handles missing data. If no price data is received during a candle's interval, enabling the imputed flag will simply repeat the previous candle. This is useful if you are using the price data to trigger evaluating rules at each candle interval, even when there has been no market data updates. We also provide a powerful advanced option to specify a specific time range to generate price data. For instance, if you only want candle data between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. on weekdays, you can configure that here. This is particularly useful for strategies that are sensitive to intraday volatility windows, like opening range breakouts or lunchtime reversals. For this basic example, we'll leave time range disabled. Since this rule only consumes external data, there is no execution logic required. It simply streams data into the strategy and makes it available for any downstream rules. We'll leave the rule state as enabled after execution, so it continues executing until the strategy is stopped. We can look at all the data that the rule generates each time it executes in the output data section. We've now added a 1-minute candle data feed for gold against the US dollar. In the next step, we'll use this data to add rules to detect the 3 white soldiers candle pattern.